Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Kerry and today I'm continuing on the Train an Animal series and we'll be showing you how to do this tiger. I'll be using orange, cream and black 4-ply crochet cotton, and I'll also use number 100 crochet cotton for the eyes, but you could use 2 strands of sewing cotton or felt circles if you'd prefer. You'll also need a crochet hook, sewing or darning needle and scissors, and I'll be using sewing thread to sew on the nose and the dots in the eyes. I find it easier to stitch my work together with sewing thread, so I'll be using matching thread, but you can use whatever you're comfortable with. Now we're starting with the head and with a magic loop. For a magic loop, you begin as if you're doing a chain, like that, and instead of pulling it tight you pull it looser, and we'll do 3 chain, and I'm going to work 14 double crochet into the circle. A double crochet is yarn around the hook, in through the circle and pick up a loop, yarn around, pull through 2 loops, yarn around through 2 loops, so 14 into the circle. When you've finished your 14 double crochet, you grab hold of the tail and pull it as tight as you can, and then slip stitch into the third chain. A slip stitch as you put your hook through the chain, pull up a loop and pull it through the 2 loops. For row 2 we'll work 3 chain, and we're going to work 2 double crochet into each stitch of the previous round, so we'll do 1 more double crochet with the chain and then 2 double crochet into each stitch. So I'll do that and then I'll be back. So we join with a slip stitch, and then row 3 is 3 chain. We work a double crochet in each of the next 2, and then 2 double crochet in the following stitch. We'll repeat that round, so 1 double crochet in the first 2 and then 2 in the next. So I'll do that and I'll be back. When we finish the row, we join with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and that's our head finished. Now we'll start with the ears, so we do 1 chain, 1 half double crochet into the same space as the chain. For a half double crochet we put yarn round, pick up a loop, yarn round and take off all 3. Then we work a double crochet in the same spot and a treble. A treble is round the hook twice, in through the same spot and pick up a loop, yarn around, take off 2, yarn round, take off 2, and yarn round, take off the remaining 2. Now we're going to work another treble into the following stitch, and then a double crochet and a half double crochet. Now we slip stitch into the next stitch. There's our first ear. We're going to slip stitch into the next 7 stitches. And we're going to work another ear into the next stitch. So firstly, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a treble into the one stitch, and into the following stitch a treble, a double crochet, and a half double crochet. And then we slip stitch into the next stitch. And then that's done, so we'll fasten that one off. And that's our tiger head. Because I'm going to use my tiger fur on a train carriage, I'm going to work some paws. So I'll make a magic loop and 4 chain into the magic loop. And then I'm going to work 4 treble. And then pull the loop tight. I'm not going to join. Now for the following row I will work 4 chain, and I'm going to do a 4 treble cluster across the 4 treble. So yarn round twice into the loop and pick up another loop, and yarn around through 2 and yarn around through another 2, and I've still got 2 loops. So I'm going to put my yarn around twice into the next stitch and pick up a loop, yarn around through 2 and yarn around through 2 again, and then I've got 3 stitches, and I'll keep working like that across the 4 and just getting an extra loop each time. And when I've done that, I put my yarn around and pull through all the loops, and that's our paw. Now I'm going to make the muzzle. So I'll make a magic loop. I'm using cream for my muzzle. 3 chain, and I'm going to work 12 double crochet into the circle. Pull it tight. And join in the 3rd of the chain with a slip stitch. And that's the muzzle. For the eyes, I'm using number 100 crochet cotton. I'm going to make a magic loop and 2 chain, and I'm going to work 6 half double crochet into the loop. Pull it tight and then join in the second chain. So you've got a tiny little circle. And lastly, I'm going to make the markings for the face. I'm going to make 2 sets, but I'll only show you one. I'm going to leave a tail to join it to the face, and first I'll do 6 chain. That's for the marking at the top. And then the second marking will be 5 chain. And then 4 chain. Now I'll just do another set of markings, another paw and another eye, and I'll be back to show you how to put it together. Now I'm going to stitch the nose and the mouth to the muzzle like that. So I'll start with a triangle, start above the circle and go make the point just down under the circle. Just fill it in. And then from the bottom of the circle, I'll just go down for the mouth. I do have patterns on my website. The details are in the description down below. So if you'd like to have a close-up photo of the muzzle, it will be on the website. So that's finished. Next I'll just do a little dot in the middle of the eye. Just do a tiny little French knot. And just put a couple of stitches over the top to hold it down a bit. And that's the eye done. So I'll do the other eye and I'll be back to show you how to put it together. Now I'm going to stitch the muzzle over the circle, just around there in the middle. And then the eyes will go on just above. Just place them and see where you think they look the best. Maybe about there. So I'll stitch them on and I'll be back. Now we do put on the markings. Now I start with the one with the 6 chain, about halfway between the eye and the muzzle. I apologise, I have trouble with this with my bad hands. And with the right side of the chain up, I just stitch them in. I just bend them around a little bit like that. So you have one there, the one with the 5 under it, and then the one with the 4 under like that. So I'll stitch them on and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like finished. Now this is my finished tiger. With the paws it will sit on the carriage, something like that, but I'll attach it when I attach the train. I am on Instagram and Pinterest, so if you'd like to stay up to date, the details are on my website and also in the description below. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.